Okay, so today we're going to make my variation of Crepe Suzette. It's not completely authentic, but I said it's my variation, so according to internet rules, you can't get mad at me. You know the rules, and so do I. And I'm going to take these beautiful crepes, which by the way are definitely not the same ones as I made in the video showing you how to make them. I definitely ate those way before I had a chance to do this. So these are going to be our beautiful crepes, and then I'm going to use just some orange juice, some lemon juice. I'm going to use an orange. We're going to use a little bit of sugar, ginger, whipped cream, or sorry, whipping cream. We're going to make whipped cream, and that's it. So let me show you how to put the sauce together first. Actually, before we make the sauce, I have to start this. So for the topping, it's going to be whipped cream. So I'm just going to make a little bit. This is only one serving. Well, there's berries too. I'm going to use raspberries. And so I'm going to go ahead and whip this, and I'll do it silently through the power of computer magic, because nobody wants to hear that. So here I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar, not much at all. Whipped cream is kind of sweet on its own, but I'm just going to add about a spoonful, not much. Okay, so now we have whipped cream, as you can see. We don't need much. I'm actually just going to put this for now in the freezer. It's not going to be there long, but I want it nice and chilled. And let me put this away here. And let me pause the video for a second, because I'm definitely going to eat that cream off of the beater. All right, I have tested the whipped cream for you guys. I made sure it was up to standard. It is indeed whipped cream, and it is indeed delicious. So now let's start on the syrup. So I'm just going to take 4 ounces for one serving. It's pretty good. 4 ounces of orange juice. I'm going to take a little bit of lemon juice, not much. I only have about the, I don't know, little chunk of lemon here. And then some thinly sliced some thinly sliced ginger, which I'm actually going to further slice into just some strips. So just like that. And again, it doesn't take much. I just want about a spoon of sugar. That's it. It's gonna make a syrup. We want it to be kind of on the thicker side once it's reduced. So let me go ahead and blend that. There's no reason for me to salt your ears with the blender, so I'll be right back. And we're back. So I just blended it for a minute. Meanwhile, I have that stove on to about 5.5 out of 9, which is what my stove goes to. So a little bit above medium, maybe a medium high-ish. Probably turn it up a little bit more. I went ahead and slurried that up. Now here's kind of a personal decision that you have to make. Normally, things like Crepe Suzette, they use Grand Marnier. I'm actually completely out, but I do have some rum. Now you don't have to put this. It's just as good without it. I do like the Grand Marnier, but I don't have any more. I didn't even notice. I only use this stuff for cooking, so I only use it every once in a blue moon. So sometimes I forget that it's empty, but I am going to put just a little bit of rum in there. Now here's the thing: you can do the pouf, the flambe, the pouf, and set things on fire, but I find that it tends to set off my smoke detector. I kind of don't like that, so I'm just going to put it in while it's cooking, and the alcohol is going to slowly evaporate, leaving just the flavor of the rum. So you can do what you want. You are more than welcome to do the pouf, the flambe. Maybe have someone standing by to wave a kitchen towel at the smoke detector if and when it goes off. But that's the way I'm going to do it. You don't need the alcohol, but I'm going to put it because I like the little bit of flavor that the rum gives it. So pan is nice and hot, and I don't want the skins and all that and the fibers from what? From the ginger. So I'm going to go ahead and strain this into the pan. And you see we're catching all the pulpy, fibery parts that don't really add much. Alright, simple as that. So now we just have to reduce this. So we're going to, it's already steaming, so I guess the temperature is probably pretty good. I'm going to change it to 6 out of 9. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some zest from the lemon. A little bit of lemon zest. And I'm going to put orange zest. There we go. That's going to really bring out the flavor. Then I'm going to add just a little splash of rum. That was, I don't know, like I said, I don't really drink, but I suppose about half a shot maybe. I don't know. What's a shot? 1 ounce, 2 ounces, something like that. I probably used about half a shot glass. And then I'm just going to stir it so that it turns into a light syrup. So I'll take a slight bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these crepe boys and I'm going to make them into wedges. I'm only going to do 2 for now. This is just 1 serving, and the plate I have to make it on is small, so normally I would eat 3 because I'm a fatty like that, but I'm only going to make 2 because for aesthetic purposes, and to not completely shame myself on YouTube by making a giant plate of crepes. I'm only going to stick with 2, but you feel free to make as many as you want. And if you're making this for 2 people, just double everything. Now you only need about a scoop or so of the whipped cream, so I think too much kind of starts to take away from it. You just want a little bit of whipped cream, and I find that you do want to kind of put it at least in the fridge. Sometimes I'll leave it out, and then it just kind of immediately melts. So best thing to do is as soon as you make the whipped cream, put it in the fridge, or even better the freezer. It's only going to be there a few minutes because this doesn't take long. Alright, so I guess I should say how much ginger I put. So this is the root. I put, I don't know, maybe half an inch, centimeter and a half, maybe something like that. Depends on you. How much do you like ginger? I really like ginger, so I put a little bit more. If you don't like ginger, don't put any. But the ginger is nice because it gives it a little kick. So you have the OJ, which is sweet. You have the whipped cream, which is sweet. And you have the lemon, which is a little bit of a tartness. But the ginger is a kick on top of the tartness. It's a little more... It's different than the lemon. The lemon is more of a zing rather than a kick. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Probably not, but I think you get the idea. If you've had ginger before, you know what I mean. Okay, so it's already starting to thicken. It's already going down. You're looking for, now this is silicone, so I can't really get a good gauge on it. So I'm just going to use a spoon. And I'm looking for kind of it to coat, so it's still not coating. I needed to coat the spoon, and that's about when it'll be ready, because a little bit of it is going to be absorbed when you put the crepes in here, but you don't want it all absorbed. You don't want it too thick, because you want to drizzle the sauce over, right? So you want to put that sauce over it. So let me get my beautiful presentation plate here off to the side. Okay, no, it's not quite. Doesn't take much though. Don't overdo it. You don't want to turn this to candy. And I think 6 is fine, so just above medium is just a good temperature. Don't overdo it. Now this will kind of start to not stick, but it does have the zest and all that in there, so if you leave it alone, sometimes some parts will get a little too candied. It'll taste a little too candied, so I tend to keep it stirring. Now you can see it's definitely shrinking and shrinking, so it's on the spoon, but I wouldn't say it's coating it. It's just kind of hanging out. So that's about the consistency. Now you do have to put two crepes in there, so keep that in mind. But you get the hang of it. And if you screw up, you can always add a little bit of water back in. Alright, so we're getting to dangerous territory here. Let's not screw this up. So still liquid. It's definitely working itself down to a syrup. So yeah, it's coating the pan for sure. Alright, I'm going to call it here. So here's where we are. You can see it's coating. It's a light coat, I will say that. It's a light coat, it's not anything drastic. But I need to have enough to get the crepes nice and soggy. So I'll put my 2 crepes in there. Not for long. Flip them over. Let them drink of the golden elixir for just a little bit. Why is it crooked here? Okay. Okay, let it soak up for just a little bit. Okay. So now you're going to put them on the plate in a beautiful pattern. This presentation is everything. If you're making this for somebody else, make it look good. So I'm going to try this without exploding my plate on the heat. Okay. And now, just drizzle, save a little bit, add in, preferably using a clean spoon, the whipped cream, and then we're going to add in use whatever berries you want. I tend to like raspberries. I think it goes good with the orange. Stick it in the top there. Make it look artsy and all that. And then you just add in don't do that. Just add in that last bit of the syrup. Now, if I didn't have an awkward camera angle, I promise it would look a little bit nicer, but I mean, let's be honest. That looks pretty freaking amazing either way. So there you go. This is, let me do this with a fork. Alright, without burning my hand on the burner. And got this nice, moist syrup with the cream and the raspberries. That is fantastic. So go ahead and make it. It's very simple. Didn't take me long at all. And it is amazing. If you make this for somebody, you're going to be a very popular person.